everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I'm back today with another subscription to share with you for the month of December. I have two of the clubs from Beads of the Month Club, and I also have their Findings Companion add-on pack, which is right here, and we'll take a look at this last. As for the beads, I have the smaller or single club of their 2-hole beads and a double club of the Hot and Trendy. So most of you who have seen these videos before for Beads of the Month Club, you know they have all different types of clubs that you can sign up for, including a rotating one, which rotates you through all 6 of their different clubs. And you can sign up for a single or a double depending on how many beads you want to get, how much you want to spend. And I am monthly signed up for their rotating club in the double version, and also the 2-hole club and the Hot and Trendy in their single versions. Well, this month, my Hot and Trendy club overlapped with the rotating, and I know it sounds kind of confusing, but that's why I have a larger version of this one this month and a smaller version of this. So we're gonna look at both of them. And something else they've challenged me to do this month is to make a tutorial based on the beads that are coming inside of this package. So that should be interesting. If you'd like to check out their website, I will leave a link to that down below. And I have a coupon code, it's Opal10, OPAL10, that'll save you 10% off your first month of your first subscription or first club. And it's a great way to try them out. Like I said, they've got all different options, so I encourage you to check out their website. And also you can watch my playlist of over 2 years worth of different unboxings I've done for them. So let's go ahead and just start out with the double Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club and see what we have. Everything inside is listed on this paper in the front. We have the names of the beads in case we want to go back and try to seek out more of those to purchase. It's always good to have that information, as well as the quantity inside of the containers and the retail cost. Every month you'll get 8 containers of all different types of beads. As it says, it's hot and trendy, so you want to be kind of adventurous and up for getting all sorts of different things, 3 or 4 holes. So just a really fun subscription. You never know what you're going to get. And everything is color coordinated each month. If you use that coupon code that I provided, they're gonna try to match you up with the same color scheme that I get sent for that month. But in some cases it may not work out, so you may get a totally different color scheme based on what they have in stock. So just to give you a heads up on that. So let's flip it over. Our theme is called Royally Minded. Oh my goodness. Look at all the purples and golds and pinks. That's beautiful. So I'm going to get organized, and then we will take a look at each of these containers one at a time. All right, so we're going to start out by looking at these light gold matte Minos Parpuka beads that are in container number 1. It's these little cylindrical or barrel shaped beads, and when you look at them face on, they look like a little circle in your beadwork. And they are a bead that fits perfectly inside 2 of the Arcos Parpuka beads. They kind of act as the center of that circle, but of course you could use them in whatever you want. I love this gold color. I've said that a lot before, this light gold flaxen color. And you get so many beads to work with in these double clubs. It's really deceiving how many is in these little tiny containers. But when you start working with them, there's really so much you can do. So that is just a handful of a partial bit of what came in that container. And let's see what else we had to look at. All right, next it looks like we're gonna check out some light gold matte Telos Parpuka beads, which are these right here. Such an interesting shape in the same golden tone, and also a bead by Puka. Again, you can use these together with that bead line, but you really don't have to. And here they are in my hand. I've said before, they look like a little bridge or a bracket, maybe an old cell phone from back in the 90s. But anyway, there's 2 holes here, as you can see, running through that way. And then there's also a hole running up and down through this way. So they are a really interesting shape and something that I would expect to see in a Hot and Trendy subscription, because they have a lot of interesting things going on, and we'll see what I do with these in the future. All right, next it looks like we have some chalk white Lila Gold Luster Flint pendants. I don't think I've ever gotten these. this whole time I've been subscribed. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think I have. Those are interesting. I gotta take these out to really get an understanding of what these actually look like. So they are a drop style bead. They have a hole going through the top of that slimmer end up there. And there's a little profile view. So they taper down as you get to the end of the bead. And there's a front. They've got that kind of curve and rounded end that goes to one side. So those should be really interesting to play around with. I definitely don't have any of these currently in my stash. Of course, I'm a big fan of the white lila gold luster. You get some pinks and golds and also a little bit of white. Really fun to look at. They'll be pretty with these light gold beads. And then next we're going to look at some Vega on chalk bridge beads. And those are in this container right here, which is packed full of that beautiful shade of purple. I love that color as well. And these also look like a little bridge or bracket, and they are a 3-hole bead. So this would definitely be, again, something I would expect to see in a Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month club. And look at that beautiful luster coating on the top of that purple, just giving them a little hint of golden shine, which will also be really pretty with those light gold beads that we first took a look at. You can see the 3 holes that run through the bead, just like that. You could put these together and surround another bead like the Minos in a similar way to how the Arcos do, and just a lot of beads in that container. And then next up, something also very different. It looks like we've got some Vega on chalk vertical fixer beads. Those are in this container as well. Same color as the bridge beads that we just took a look at. And these are a very interesting shape as well in a 4-hole bead. So these are like a little mounded up square with the 4 holes in each corner. They have vertical and horizontal fixer beads, which I think I got the horizontal before and I haven't really played around with them yet. I'm sure I will. And then they have this groove underneath. I'll call that the inside, and then maybe the bottom, and then maybe this the top. But I know that you can put these together, and with that groove there, you can actually surround like say a Swarovski Rivoli or some type of crystal stone, and these can form a bezel, which holds that stone in place pretty well. So that's just one idea if you've never seen these before and you're wondering a little bit about them. And then our next container, we're bringing back this color tone again. This is the chalk white lila gold luster in the Arcos. All right, so these are the ones I was talking about that go with those first ones, the little circle cylindrical Minos parpukas. You can put 2 of these together and surround that little Minos, and they fit perfectly nestled in between these 2 semicircle shapes. So there's just part of what is in that container, and you can see the 3 holes similar to the bridge bead, except these are just one arch without flaring out on either end, the 3 holes that go up and down or across parallel through these beads, and that mottled gold and light pinkish purple and white with that slight golden metallic luster over the top. Next up, we're going to look at some little gecko beads. They're in the Vega on chalk color, which is the purple that we had seen before in our bridge beads and our fixers. Gotten these quite a bit, and I think they make some cute little fringe. They are a little teeny tiny dagger-like shape that come down to a point, and they're top drilled. I actually tried these out as some fringe in a necklace I made in a 2-hole herringbone style, and then used those as a little fringe around the bottom. And I shared those in a finished jewelry update, maybe a couple months ago, and I liked how it came out. There's our gorgeous purple, again, very glossy, uniform check glass beads. All of these are such high quality. That's anything that Beads of the Month Club sends. It's going to be high quality, even down to their seed beads club. They send very precise Japanese glass seed beads. They have a Swarovski crystal club. So these are definitely clubs you'd want to sign up for if you like working with these high quality beads. That's what you're used to, that's what you're drawn to, and you like getting that monthly surprise where it inspires you because you don't know exactly what you're going to get. All right, and then our last and eighth container in this particular theme is containing some light gold matte lentils, bringing back some more light gold to finish up in our little lentil beads. These are the 1-hole lentils. Of course, they have 2-hole and 4-hole lentils or quadra lentils. These just have the 1 hole that is drilled off center, which when used in your beadwork can give your pieces some dimension and texture because likely they will be sticking out just a little bit. They are pretty flat, as you can see, just a little flat disc. All right, that is everything for the Double Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club. In the theme Royally Minded, again, different people will get different themes depending on their selection. And if you use that coupon code OPAL10, they're gonna try to send you the same theme as me in the future as best they can. Something else I like to mention too is that they will send you on your invoice a new link that you can put in your computer to find 3 beading patterns. Each month those patterns change. You can download or print them out. And typically they will incorporate a lot of these unique multi-hold shapes. And that's just another perk of this subscription. I am extremely happy with this selection this month in the Hot and Trendy. I think this is exactly what I've come to expect. The types of things they send in the variety and the beautiful color palettes that change every month. It's a great way to build up your stash of a wide variety of different check glass shapes. Another way to build up your stash of check glass shapes in the 2-hole variety is to also check out their 2-hole Beads of the Month Club. And this one is in the theme called Volcanic Butterfly. It looks like we've got some green, maybe some black, I don't know, we'll take a look. And this list shows us, as usual, we'll have 8 containers of different check glass beads to go through. No matter if you sign up for a single size or a double size, you'll still get 8 containers. You'll just get half the quantity approximately of the beads. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and then we'll get into this next club as well as the findings. And then at the end, I have a little sneak peek of something else I'm gonna show you. All right, volcanic butterfly. I had to look this up because I was just curious, is there a volcanic butterfly? What is that all about? And maybe I'm looking too far into it. I couldn't find much, but I did see there's a national park in California called the Lassen Volcanic National Park, I think. And it said that they have a yearly butterfly migration. So I don't know if that has something to do with this theme or if I'm just looking way too far into it. But that's a fun fact for you for the day, if you weren't aware of that like me. All right, so first we're gonna see the Jet Hematite Samos Parpuka beads, and those are these right here. These are kind of oval cabochon shaped 2-hole bead that we've gotten in this subscription before. And there is that very dark glossy gray charcoal-like color, and the flat bottom, the rounded top, and the 2 holes that run right there parallel through the side of the bead. Next up, we have some Jet Hematite Pyros Parpuka beads. Again, something I have seen before. And you don't always get the same 2-hole beads in these subscriptions. They do give you all different types of 2-hole beads. And then sometimes if you are subscribed for a while, you'll get some of them coming around again in different colors. So we have that, again, shiny charcoal gray glossy little slice of a bead with the 2 holes. And then they kind of come to a bit of a point there at the top. There is a profile view of what that looks like, kind of pointed at the top and then flat on the bottom. Just another really interesting 2-hole shape to play around with. And then next we have some metallic emerald pego beads, which are these right here. They are a pentagon shape, 5 sides and flat. Beautiful shade of emerald green. And here they are in my hand. That was the entire container of contents. And you can see that these are great quality as well. The 2 holes run through the bead, going up through one of the flat sides and then out through the corner of the sides opposite right there. A little flat pentagon shape. Next we have some metallic emerald storm duos. So the same type of color and finish. The beautiful emerald, just very light metallic, not very reflective. and this time in these storm duo beads, which are a lot of fun. They remind me of the little hurricane symbol. They flare out on one side here and then the opposite on the other, and the two holes that run parallel through the side of the beads. Now we're bringing in a different color. These are the pastel yellow rosettas. There's a look at these in the container. This very light golden buttery yellow. You can see the rosette shape at the top. These are also similar to the little two-hole cabochon beads where they are rounded at the top and flat on the bottom. There's a closer look at my hand. You can see how those are pressed into that rosette there, and there's a look at the holes running through the bead. Definitely something that I always think of as using in the center of a beaded flower, and especially now that I have some of these in yellow and you can surround these with other beads or beads that look like petals. I think that would be cute. And then some more yellow, this time in the form of some of these pastel yellow SO beads. So these are similar to super duos. I talked about that before, and we'll take a little peek at these. Buttery golden yellow again, and just a satiny kind of finish, and the two holes running through the face of the bead. There's a look at the profile. You can see how those are kind of similar to a super duo, but they are more of a circular shape instead of an oval. They're a little bit wider than a super duo, and maybe I'll put these side by side with some super duos because it looks like our last item will be some super duos. Next up, we have some Tweedy green honeycombs. I'm a huge fan of these tweed colors. They are so much fun to look at. These are a little six-sided shape bead. That's why they're called honeycomb. And aren't those so fun? We have our emerald green. We also have some black and some silver speckled onto these six-sided shapes. Little flat beads with the two holes running parallel through the side, and they would look wonderful with the emerald colored beads that we have and also the hematite beads in particular. And then our eighth container, our last one, these contain some Tweedy yellow super duos. Awesome. So these are going to pull out some of the yellow that we received in this theme and also some of the hematite. Those are really cool. So here's a little handful of the super duos. You can see some of those pops of yellow in with the black and silver as well, little two-hole beads. And let me pick up an SO and put that next to the super duo so you can get an idea of the difference. You can sometimes use these in patterns that call for the super duos. Sometimes they can be interchangeable, not all the time, but sometimes. So always keep that in mind. What can you substitute if you don't have a particular shape? Maybe there's something very similar that would fit as well. So that is it for the Volcanic Butterfly 2-hole Beads of the Month Club. Again, the single club. You still get tons of beads to work with in the single club, especially when you're talking about these 2-hole shapes. Sometimes a little bit goes a long way, and I'm really excited to add some of these different colors to my collection and a great variety of different 2-hole shapes. And I like how they really vary the shapes and colors that they send. I'm gonna clean this up, then we'll take a look at our findings, and I'll wrap it up with that sneak peek. All right, so bringing back our findings companion pack, it says we have some symbols, rose gold findings to take a look at. So symbols being a good quality finding that we would expect to get with our high quality beads. Approximate retail value, $15.94, and this is an add-on for $12.95 a month, and it ships free with any of your bead subscriptions. These also change every month as far as the type of metal that you'll get. And again, they try to send you the same thing that they'll send me. So this is a preliminary look at the findings. I'm going to take them out and we'll take a close look at everything together. All right, first it says we have some bead endings to take a look at, and they would be these right here, not the jump ring, these right here. And they are these little pointed ends where you can actually use these as an ending to your beadwork. They fit in a variety of different ways, including, I believe, like diamond duos and gem duos. You can use these to insert in between two of those. and then attach your findings directly to that. So it's beaded in, it's nice and secure, and it's a great way to finish off some of your pieces. So that's first what we have to look at. Then we have two bead endings to check out, which would be these. And these are so interesting as well. You can see that they have a hole running through this portion. So again, you could probably stick a diamond duo-like shape in the middle of that and then finish off your beadwork with these two pieces. They have a beautiful design. They're not just plain, and also shape, very glossy and smooth. We also have a pair of earring posts, and there's a closer look at these two. Again, they look like little gem duos or diamond duos, and there's a hole there running through one side, so you can incorporate these in a beautiful beaded earring, doing some bead weaving perhaps, and making a seamless look with some diamond and gem duos. We also have this really cool magnetic clasp, and let's see, just twist that off. Yeah, very magnetic, and it's got these two pointed ends. So again, you can incorporate these in your beadwork depending on what you want to put on either side. And they have a design on the top, that little swirl, and there's a look at the bottom. Next, we have a set of a hook and eye clasp. There is the hook and the eye, and you can see that this has these three holes here. So you could use these to surround some other beads that you put in place in between and just bead it all together. And there's a look at the other side. That just hooks right in there together. And finally, a very helpful and practical item to go with these rose gold findings are some rose gold jump rings. These are a 5mm size, and there's 10 pieces inside of this companion pack. I've been really happy with these companion packs too. I'm not a huge fan of just buying findings. For some reason, they're just not as fun to me as picking out beads. So I really like getting these really different and interesting and also very high quality type beads that go really well, especially with bead weaving this month in particular, where you have these symbol findings that you can use to incorporate with some of the multi-hold shapes. So it's also a nice way to build up a collection of all different things over time. Now, as far as the sneak peek goes, you guys know from maybe the past 2 years, I've shared these. The Beads of the Month Club does a really special promotion at the end of the year where you can get bags of gold, they call them, for just $10 a piece. They include bundles of high quality beads like you see in any of their subscriptions. It's a total surprise what you will get. It's always an amazing value. And as far as I know, they always sell out pretty quick. What happens is if you are a current subscriber, they send a flyer with your subscription, I think back in like October, and they give you all the details on how to go ahead and sign up to get some of these bags of gold. This year, they were a limit to 10 bags per person, and it's first come, first serve. If they have any left over, you also have the option of getting an additional bag of gold with your future subscriptions beginning in January. But I don't think they even had any left to do that last year. So these are like little grab bags. I have 3 of them that I'm going to share. They came with my December subscription. And here's a little sneak peek of what those look like. So all different types of things in here. And I'm going to share these in a separate video coming really soon. So I'll give you a look at what exactly I received in these. I cannot wait to open them up and check them out. So yet another little perk of the Beads of the Month Club subscription is being able to get your hands on those at the end of the year. But you can't just sign up for December and get them. You have to be a subscriber, I believe, at least back through the fall months. So that is everything I have to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed checking out this double hot and trendy and single 2-hole Beads of the Month Club, as well as the included Findings Companion Pack that I received for the month of December. Don't forget you can use the coupon code OPAL10 to save 10% off the first month of your first club if you want to try them out. It's a great way to do that. They've got even more different types of clubs than what I showed you here, so check out the playlist I have for them and also their website to get even more details. Also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to them. Their customer service is fantastic and they really, really want to make you guys happy. Like I said before, I'll be back soon with a tutorial. I've been challenged to come up with something based on some of the contents of this particular royally minded theme I received, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait to see what I can put together and share soon. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up. That would mean so much to me. And please also hit that subscribe button while you're here so you can come back when I'm up to more fun beading videos. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you're staying healthy and creative. And as always, happy beading.